So real quick, guys, you're doing great. You're doing great. I don't want to interrupt you because you're doing great. But if you're already at the bottom part, which is putting your data into that distribution that's down there, the only part that might be confusing to you is, suppose you have an average of 8, and you look there and you're like, okay, where do I put an average of 8? And if you look at the choices that are down there, there's one that says 7, 8, and one says 8, 9, both of which appear to have 8 in them, right? So where would an 8 go? And this is where I'm relying on a little bit of mathematical notation here. And you might or may not have learned this. It doesn't matter if you did it, then you'll learn it right now. When you have a bracket, it means included. When you have parentheses, it means not. I'm sure you learned that at some point in your math careers. You probably promptly forgot it afterwards. So an 8 would actually go into the one that's bracket 8, comma 9 left parentheses, or right parentheses. That one starts at 8 and goes up to 9 but doesn't include 9. The previous one starts at 7, goes up to 8 but doesn't include 8. It's a way of taking a number line and breaking it into discrete pieces so you can put every number somewhere. Does that make sense, or did I just make it more confusing?
It kind of makes sense.
Clear as mud.
Say that again? Well, we can, but it's kind of already there in your... I run the risk of doing too much. That's always my problem, is I over-answer things.
This includes...
Brackets include. Parentheses do not include. So 8 would go here. It's 7.9999999. It's just like my grading system. If that makes sense. Which probably doesn't make sense either.
So we're just going to...
Is that fair, JT?
Pretty good.
Exactly. That's why the only goofy one is the very end is 11 and 12. That includes 11 and 12 because I had to put it somewhere.
How many averages?
So I put it below. And it doesn't matter. You'll see why momentarily. It doesn't matter. Fair? Dave, was that just a good stretch or do you have a question? That was just a stretch. That was a good looking stretch, brother.